Hello and a warm welcome to today's session where we're going to be talking about what happens when your child starts reception. Most of you or some of you will be having your children going into reception class in September of this year. As new parents or even experienced parents, sometimes you would have doubts and fears and reservations about your child starting school, or we used to call it big school. Yeah, starting big school in September. So with health visiting, once your child starts school in September, for example, they would no longer be under the health visiting team. They would now be under their school nursing team. So for us health visitors, we'll be saying goodbye to your child because they're no longer under fives. So from reception onwards, they would now come under the school nursing team as opposed to the health visiting team. So well done, parents, and all the hard work you've put into your child since birth up until the time they're ready for school. And obviously there will be reservations that you'll have about your child starting school. So I've got some tips for you. So making sure that you talk to your child a lot about the school, about going into big school, starting big school in September. You might even want to arrange a tour of the classroom of the school where the child is going to be going. You could arrange that with the school. So just to get your child in the frame of mind of thinking about going to school and what would his classroom be like, what would the school playground be like, what would the teachers look like, just to get them thinking about, so it doesn't become a shock to them in September when they start school. Something else you might want to do is start to practice some skills with them before they start school, such as talking about colors, when you're walking around, talk about different colors that you see, like blue and green, and, just get them thinking things around, even counting, playing numbers games with them so they start to learn how to count and even recognizing the alphabets and things like that. So it doesn't become too daunting for them when they start school in September. So also practice some self-care skills with them. For example, learning how to put their shoes on, or even doing up their shoelaces, or even doing the Velcro. Remember when my lot were, when they started reception, and we used to get the very easy shoes to put on, the ones with the Velcro. So you could learn, they could learn how to do that by themselves, even to button up their shirts or to do their zips and things. So little self-care skills you could start to practice with them from now on until they start school in September. Another self-care skill is washing their hands. Simple things like washing their hands after they use the toilet, washing their hands before meals, and even learning how to blow their nose into a tissue. And so things like that you could teach them, because sometimes when you go to pick them up from school, you see them with their noses are streaming. So just teach them how to learn how to use tissue to wipe, to blow their nose and things like that. So those little skills and tips you could start to do with your children before they start school, so it doesn't become too daunting for them. I hope these little skills have helped, and if you find it useful, please like and share.